This is our fifth graders' very first concert, and I know they were really excited, and I know they probably want to wave to the audience to say hi, Mom, Dad, Grandma, Grandpa, hi. Okay, so now that that is out of the way, a couple reminders. All the students have worked very, very hard to put this performance together for you this evening. So we ask that you please silence your cell phones, please refrain from talking during the performance, and if you need to exit the auditorium, please do so during the applause. We're going to start today's performance with a fun song called Cadets on Parade. Get set for the next one. One of the things that we definitely teach in fifth grade band, to our percussionists especially, is that they will be playing lots of different instruments. So they were assigned to, a bunch of different, we call them auxiliary percussion, like triangles, tambourines, things like that, snare drum, some get to play bass, some get to play bells. So as I'm talking, they are getting situated for the next song, which is not easy to do. So it looks like they're almost ready. Awesome. Our next song is called Firestorm. We hope you enjoy it. Mansion. Spooky Mansion is by a composer named Timothy Loest. And Timothy Loest does a lot of middle school band arrangements, and he likes to paint a picture of what the music depicts. So this is what he wrote about Spooky Mansion. There's nothing like an abandoned old house to stir the imagination. Spooky Mansion takes you on a forbidden dark tour, once a grand estate, a dwelling fallen from grace and forgotten by time. He does this whole entire song with just 6 notes, which is actually pretty cool, because it sounds like there's a million notes in this, but is actually only using 6 notes to paint this picture of this spooky mansion. We hope you enjoy it. My colleague, Mr. Nestich, onto the stage to talk about our next song.
Oh, you're just saying that I'm going to be working with you again next year, right? I'm very excited about that, I really am. Wait till you hear them later, it's great. Hey, these 5th graders are doing phenomenal, aren't they? That's a great job. I'm very excited to conduct this next song. Miss Lewis and I, like you said, we teach the entire 5th grade band from the beginning till what you see now. And every year it amazes me, and it actually amazes me because every year I'm directing is more and more former students I see out there, which is crazy. But it's amazing how they start the year not even knowing how to put the instrument together, and then to now, March, putting a concert on, which is phenomenal. So that always amazes my mind. This next piece, like the last piece, is a programmatic piece which tells a story. And every time I conduct this song, I get really hungry. And because the story that we have to this piece is, the title is Tomahawk Dance. And we explain what a tomahawk is, how you get a stone, you carve it out, you put some rope on it, you tie it to a stick, and you go hunting for food. Because back in the day, they didn't have a giant eagle. If you wanted to eat, you gotta go catch it. So this whole song is about us catching food. So enjoy Tomahawk Dance.
two songs. They're kind of songs that go together. We got these songs out of a collection called Shortcuts for Band, and they like to take popular songs and write it for this level of musician. And we're going to play two that I'm sure that you will really recognize. We'd like to thank Mr. Hoffman, our administration, our principal, and then also our assistant principal, Mrs. Lee. Thank you so much for all of your support. We couldn't do a program like this without having support from our schools, so thank you so much there. To our parents, thank you for allowing your children to be in band with us. We enjoy having them, and we hope that they continue the journey with us because it is a fun ride. Okay, are you all set? All right, so without further ado, our last two songs, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? And Don't Stop Believin'. You can sing along if you like.